Welcome to the Deep Dive. We cut through the noise to get you the core insights. Today, we're digging into the latest crypto analysis from Vantage Plus, just published August 18th, 2025. We want to give you the quick version of what's actually moving the market. Now, the headline that caught my eye was, "The bull run has started." Okay, that sounds big. But how does that square with recent market moves? What's the real story here?
Yeah, that headline definitely makes you look twice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's interesting, the report itself, well, it pivots pretty quickly from that. It talks about a broad retracement happening across crypto, like a pullback, especially for Bitcoin, right after it hit a new all-time high.
Okay, so profit taking maybe.
Could be. And the report also notes something important, the NASDAQ. It ended last week a bit bearish. And sometimes, traditional markets can lead crypto. So that might hint at a larger correction for crypto too. So bull run, yes, but maybe not right now. Caution seems to be the word.
Right, caution. That makes sense. So looking deeper, the report mentions Bitcoin falling below USD 120,000, and it says this correction might offer more downside. Sounds like a heads up.
Exactly. That 120K level was important. Breaking below it isn't usually a bullish sign in the short term.
But then there's this other thing, this fundamental shift mentioned, tokenized stock indices, like S&P benchmarks on the blockchain. That sounds potentially game-changing. Why are they highlighting that now?
It really is significant. The report stresses that both traditional finance, TradFi, and DeFi folks are interested.
Yeah.
Think about the advantages. Easier cross-border access for one, big deal.
Okay.
And added liquidity. Plus, it's not just replacing old systems. It's like complementing them, reaching new investors. It's sort of blurring the lines, using crypto tech as a foundation for, new ways to access traditional assets.
Fascinating long-term picture. But okay, back to the now, the technicals. Let's start with Bitcoin. Trading around, 117,678. Report says a bearish close last week despite hitting that high.
A really sharp break downwards after the new peak. So the BTC Daily chart analysis suggests, more downside might hence emerge at first. Breaking 120K was key there.
Is there a floor in sight? Any support levels?
Well, the report points to the 50 moving average. That's around the 115,000 zone. That could offer some support, maybe push prices higher again if it holds.
Okay, 115K is the number to watch then.
Definitely. But if it doesn't hold, then the correction could continue, maybe towards 112,000.
Gotcha. What about Ethereum? ETH trading at 4,408. Similar story. Tested its old high, then fell back.
Pretty similar pattern, yeah. The ETH weekly chart shows a bearish-looking pin bar candlestick.
Pin bar?
Yeah, it shows price rejection at higher levels, suggests more downside momentum. And because it retested that old all-time high and failed, it looks like a double top. Which usually means negative momentum, at least towards the USD 4,000 level.
USD 4,000 is significant.
It's seen as broader support. It used to be strong resistance, so it might hold. But ETH had such a strong run, the report cautions a deeper correction could be on the cards, maybe even testing 300, 400 again if things get really bearish.
Wow, okay. So potential for more downside there too. Now, Ripple, XRP, trading at 3.1067. The report sounds a bit different here. It says it's holding support quite nicely.
Yeah, XRP seems to be charting a slightly different course for now. The monthly chart analysis still looks promising, actually. Might see some upside in the coming weeks. It corrected a bit, sure, but it didn't retrace as sharply as Bitcoin or Ethereum. It seems more resilient at the moment.
Interesting. A bit of divergence there. Okay, lastly, Solana, SOL at 187.42, retraced after hitting 200.
Yes, it tested that $200 resistance and pulled back. The weekly chart suggests SOL might also follow the general bearish trend. Could test lower zones, like maybe USD 160.00. That's where its 50 moving average is.
Another moving average test.
Right, and maybe even lower, towards a trend line around a 145.00 if the selling continues. For Solana, the key is breaking USD 200.00. That's what's needed to sort of restart the bullish momentum, according to this report.
Okay, so we've covered the big ones: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, plus that tokenization angle. So pulling it all together, what's the main takeaway for someone listening trying to make sense of this market?
Well, the big picture is, despite that bull run headline, the immediate technicals for Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana look cautious, suggesting more potential downside short term. Watching those support levels, 115K for BTC, 4K for ETH, 160 for SOL is crucial.
Right.
XRP, though, looks relatively stronger for now, holding its ground better. But zoom out, and that fundamental story about tokenized assets, about TradFi getting involved, that's the longer-term theme. It suggests crypto is becoming more integrated, more foundational, even if the prices are choppy right now. Accessibility is changing.
So short-term caution on the charts, but long-term integration seems to be the underlying trend. Okay, that gives us a lot to think about. We've looked at the volatility, the key levels, and these bigger shifts happening. Here's a final thought for you. With these immediate bearish signals clashing, sort of, with the long-term interest from traditional finance, how does that intersection change things? How might it reshape investing for new people? Maybe even change how you think about market evolution? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time.